In this video, you will learn how to answer behavioral questions for Scrum Master role interview. I am providing top-notch 24 behavioral questions with the best answers using STAR method. I hope this really helps you to prepare for your next interview. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel CareerHub. I am on the mission to help and support people who are eagerly looking to get a job. If you are new to this channel, please make sure to hit on the subscribe button and stay tuned till end of this video. Let's see now what is there in this video to learn. First, I am providing top-notch 24 behavioral questions and scripted answers for Scrum Master role interview questions. Second, I am providing answers using STAR method, situation, task, action, result method for all the 24 questions. Third, all questions are most often asked in Scrum Master role interview in any company. Fourth, answers should be updated or changed based on your experience and skills. Alright, let's start with the first question. Describe a time when you faced resistance to a new process from the team. How did you handle it? Situation was, during a company-wide Agile transformation, some team members were resistant to adapting Scrum practices. The task was, as a Scrum Master, I needed to facilitate this transition smoothly. Action I was taken was, I organized several workshops to educate the team on the benefits of Scrum, addressed their concerns and provided continuous support and coaching. As a result, the team gradually embraced the new process, leading to improved collaboration among the team and increased the productivity. Question number 2. Tell me about a time when you had to adapt to a significant change in the project requirements. Midway through a sprint, a key stakeholder requested significant changes to the project requirement. As a Scrum Master, I needed to manage this change without derailing the sprint. I facilitated a quick meeting with the product owner and the team to reassess the priorities. We redefined the sprint backlog to accommodate the changes while ensuring other critical tasks were still on the track. The team successfully adapted to the new requirements and we delivered the updated product increment without major delays. Question number 3. Can you give an example of a time when you had to manage multiple priorities? During a large-scale project, we had several high-priority tasks that needed to be completed simultaneously. My role was to ensure the team remained focused and productive despite the completing the demands. Action I was taken was, I worked closely with the product owner to prioritize the backlog and ensure the team was clear on their top priorities. I also facilitated daily stand-ups to keep everyone aligned. As a result, the team managed to complete all high-priority tasks on time and the project stayed on schedule. Question number 4. Describe a time when you had to ensure alignment between different teams working on the same project. Multiple Scrum teams were working on different components of a large project and it was under the same product. As the Scrum Master, I needed to ensure all teams were aligned and working towards the same goals. I facilitated regular Scrum of Scrum meetings to promote communication and coordination between the teams. We also established a shared backlog for better alignment. The teams were able to work seamlessly together and we delivered a cohesive product on time. Question number 5. Can you describe an instance where you helped improve a team's performance? A team was consistently missing sprint goals due to lack of collaboration. My goal was to improve the team's performance by fostering better collaboration. I introduced team building activities and encouraged open communication during retrospectives. I also implemented pair programming sessions to improve on the performances. The team's collaboration improved and we started consistently meeting our sprint goals. Question number 6. Tell me about a time when you had to deal with an underperforming team member. One of the team members was not contributing effectively, which was affecting the team's overall performance. I needed to address the issue without demotivating the individual or the team. So, I had a private conversation with the team member to understand the root cause of the problem. We set clear performance expectations and agreed on a development plan. The team member's performance improved and the team's productivity increased as a result. Question number 7. Describe a situation where you have to implement a new tool or a process. Our team was struggling with project tracking and needed a better tool for managing our sprints. I was responsible for finding and implementing a new project management tool. I researched several tools and presented the option to the team and facilitated a decision-making session. We chose Jira and I conducted training sessions to ensure everyone was comfortable using it. The new tool improved our tracking and planning, leading to more efficient sprints. Question number 8. Can you give an example of a time when you had to ensure stakeholder satisfaction? A key stakeholder was unhappy with the progress and transparency of our project. My task was to improve stakeholder satisfaction and rebuild the trust. I established regular update meetings, provided detailed progress reports, and also ensured that stakeholder feedback was incorporated into our product backlog. As a result, stakeholder satisfaction improved significantly and we were able to regain their trust and support. Question number 9. Tell me about a time when you had to facilitate a difficult retrospective meeting. During a retrospective, team members were reluctant to speak up about challenges due to fear of conflict. My goal was to create an open and honest environment for constructive feedback. I introduced anonymous feedback tools and emphasized the importance of a blameless culture. I facilitated the discussion to ensure everyone's voice was heard. The team started openly sharing their concerns, leading to actionable insights and continuous improvement. Question number 10. Describe a time when you had to manage expectations of a demanding product owner. The product owner frequently requested additional feature mid-sprint, causing disruptions. I needed to manage these requests without compromising the sprint goals. I worked with the product owner to establish a clear process for handling mid-sprint changes, including prioritization and impact assessment. I also facilitated regular backlog grooming sessions. This approach helped manage expectations and reduce disruptions, allowing the team to focus on delivering committed work. Question number 11. Tell me about a time when you had to mediate between the product owner and the development team. The product owner wanted to prioritize a new feature, but the development team felt it was not feasible within the sprint. I had to mediate the discussion to find a mutually agreeable solution. I facilitated a meeting where both the sides could express their concerns. We discussed the feature's importance and impact and agreed to break it down into smaller and manageable parts. The feature was prioritized in a way that was feasible for the entire team, maintaining a good working relationship between the product owner and the team. Question number 12. Describe a time when you had to lead a team through a challenging project. We were tasked with delivering a critical feature under a tight deadline. My role was to lead the team through this high-pressure situation. I facilitated effective planning sessions, ensured clear communication, and kept the team focused on the priorities. I also provided support and motivation throughout the project. We successfully delivered the features on time, meeting all quality standards and stakeholder expectations. Question number 13. Can you give an example of a time when you had to encourage a team to adopt a new Agile practice? The team was hesitant to adopt TDD, that is Test Driven Development Practice. My task was to encourage and support the adoption of this method, TDD method. As an action, I organized training sessions and invited an expert to demonstrate the benefits of TDD. I also encouraged the team to start with small and manageable tests to build the confidence. The team gradually adopted TDD method, leading to improved code quality and fewer defects. Question number 14. Describe a situation where you had to manage a project with unclear requirements. The situation was the initial project requirements were vague and kept changing. My role was to manage the project effectively despite the lack of clarity. I facilitated regular requirement gathering sessions with stakeholders and used a flexible backlog to accommodate the changes. I also ensured continuous communication with the team. As a result, we were able to adapt to evolving requirements and deliver a product that met stakeholders' needs. Question number 15. Can you describe an instance where you had to deal with a difficult stakeholder? A stakeholder was frequently dissatisfied with the pace of progress and was very vocal about it. My task was to manage stakeholders' expectations and maintain a positive relationship. I scheduled a regular update meeting to keep the stakeholder informed and involve them in sprint reviews to provide the visibility into the team's progress. I also communicated realistic timelines and set the clear expectations. As a result, the stakeholder became more understanding and supportive, leading to a better working relationship and smoother project executions. Question number 16. Describe a time when you had to balance the needs of multiple stakeholders. Different stakeholders had conflicting priorities for the project. I needed to balance these priorities to ensure project success. I facilitated a series of prioritization meetings to understand each stakeholder's needs and align them with the overall project goals. We used a weighted scoring model to make objective decisions. As a result, we reached a consensus on the priorities, which helped streamline the project and satisfy all stakeholders. Question number 17. Tell me about a time when you had to ensure continuous improvement within your team. The team's velocity was not as expected, and we wanted to find a ways to improve. My role was to facilitate continuous improvement. I introduced regular retrospective meetings focused on identifying improvement opportunities. We experimented with different techniques using TDD, pair programming, etc., and tools to enhance our processes. As a result, the team's velocity increased and we were able to deliver higher quality work more efficiently. Question number 18. Tell me of a time when you had to handle a project crisis. A critical bug was discovered in production, affecting a major client. My task was to manage the crisis and ensure a quick resolution. I immediately called an emergency meeting to assess the situation and prioritize the bug fix. I facilitated communication between the development team and the client, providing regular updates. As a result, the bug was fixed within hours and we were able to restore the client's trust through transparent communication and quick action. Question number 19. Describe a situation where you have to deal with a team member's personal issue affecting their work. The situation was, a team member was going through a difficult personal situation impacting their productivity and morale. As a result, my task was to support the team member while maintaining team productivity. I had a private conversation with the team member to offer support and understand their needs. We agreed on a temporary adjusted workload and provided resources for professional help if needed. The team member felt supported and gradually returned to their usual productivity, and the team was able to continue meeting its goals. Question number 20. Tell me about a time when you had to deal with an unplanned event during the sprint. Midway through a sprint, a critical issue arose that required immediate attention. My task was to address the issue without delaying the sprint. I facilitated a quick team meeting to assess the issue's impact and reprioritize the sprint backlog. We temporarily adjusted our focus to resolve the issue. As a result, the issue was resolved swiftly and we managed to complete most of our sprint goals despite the disruption. Question number 21. Can you describe a situation where you had to promote Agile principles in a non-Agile organization? The organization was primarily using waterfall and was resistant to adopting Agile practices. My task was to promote and implement Agile principles among all the teams. I started with a pilot project to demonstrate the benefits of Agile. I provided training sessions and workshops to educate the teams and stakeholders about Agile methodologies. The pilot project was a success and the organization gradually began to adopt Agile practices across other projects as well. Question number 22. Describe a time when you had to handle scope creep in a project. Stakeholders kept requesting additional features beyond the initial scope of the project. My task was to manage these requests and prevent scope creep from affecting the project timeline. I facilitated discussions with stakeholders to prioritize their request and assess the impact on the project. We implemented a change control process to manage new requests effectively. As a result, we were able to manage scope creep, delivering the project on time and within the budget while still addressing the most critical new features. Question number 23. Tell me about a time when you had to improve a process within your team. Situation was, our sprint planning meeting were taking too long and affecting team morale and productivity. My role was to streamline the sprint planning process. I introduced time box planning sessions and prepared a more focused agenda. I also encouraged pre-planning discussions to identify potential blockers and dependencies. As a result, the sprint planning meetings became more efficient, boosting team morale and allowing us to start sprints on a positive note. Question number 24. Can you give an example of a time when you had to handle a high pressure situation? The situation was, we were facing a critical deadline and the team was under significant pressure to deliver. My task was to manage the pressure and keep the team focused and motivated. I provided the clear guidance on priorities, facilitated frequent check-ins to address any blockers and encouraged the collaborative and supportive team environment. As a result, the team managed to meet the deadline, delivering a high-quality product despite the high-pressure situation. I hope these answer tips helped you in a way. Stay tuned for upcoming videos on interview preparation tips. Thanks for watching. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you.